Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Good evening. You're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. Celebrations of the 44th Glorious National Day continue in the Sultanate's governorates and embassies in brotherly and friendly countries. And the Municipal Council of the Governorate of Dhahira discusses the establishment of shareholding company in the field of quarry and crushers. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has sent a cable of greetings to His Excellency President Danilo Medina Sanchez of Dominican Republic on his country's independence anniversary. The Camel World magazine was launched at the Intercontinental Hotel. It is the first Omani magazine specializing in heritage and culture of camel. His Highness Sayyid Asad bin Tariq Al Said presided over the event with the attendance of the Royal Highnesses, ministers, honorable members of the State Council, and those interested in the camel in the Sultanate. It also aims to give immediate coverage to the camel races in various governorates of the Sultanate. The magazine also discusses the thorny social, economic, and educational issues concerning the camel. The magazine has a space for poets, heritage, international research results, and innovations in the field of camel. The Camel World magazine is one of the publications of First Dimension Company for advertising, publishing, and journalism. Celebrations of the 44th Glorious National Day continue in the Sultanate's embassies at brotherly and friendly countries. His Excellency Abdullah bin Ubaid Al Hinai, Sultanate's ambassador accredited to Morocco, hosted a reception on the occasion. The ceremony was attended by a number of Moroccan, Arab, and international figures who value the friendship and cooperation relations between the two countries. In the Chinese capital, Beijing, His Excellency Abdullah bin Saleh Al Saadi, Sultanate's accredited ambassador to China, hosted a reception ceremony on the occasion of the 44th Glorious National Day. It was attended on the Chinese side by Qian Hongshan, Assistant to Foreign Minister, and personalities from political, diplomatic, economic, cultural, media, and educational fields. The event included various artistic items. In Mumbai, Minister Plenipotentiary Mubarak bin Hamad Al Hinai, Sultanate's Council in General in Mumbai, hosted a reception ceremony on the occasion of the 44th Glorious National Day. As a representative of the government of Maharashtra, the event was attended by His Excellency Samit Malik, Under Secretary for Administrative Affairs and Head of Protocols of the state. It was also attended by local government civil and military officials representing Navy, Air, and Land Forces sectors. An information theme on Sultanate's achievements during the 44 years of blessed Renaissance was shown. In the Spanish capital, Madrid, Her Excellency Kifaya bint Khamis Al Raisiya, Sultanate's accredited ambassador to Spain, hosted a reception ceremony on the occasion of the 44th Glorious National Day. It was attended by some Spanish officials, heads of departments of the Foreign Ministry of Spain, and diplomatic missions, as well as members of Arab and foreign diplomatic corps, besides some Omani citizens living in Spain. They hailed the strong relations between the two countries, wishing further cooperation and development for the good ties between the two countries. In the Senegalese capital Dakar, His Excellency Mohammed bin Khalil Al Jazmi, Sultan's accredited ambassador to Senegal, hosted a reception ceremony on the occasion of the 44th Glorious National Day. It was attended by a number of Their Excellencies ambassadors of the Gulf Cooperation Council countries, Arab and foreign countries, and representatives of United Nations organizations to Senegal, as well as a number of businessmen, professors, representatives of the government units, and members of the National Assembly of Senegal. Rejoicing the 44th Glorious National Day, His Excellency Ahmed bin Salim Al-Shamfari, Sultanate's accredited ambassador to Cyprus, hosted a reception ceremony on this dear occasion. It was attended by His Excellency Ioannis Kasoulidas, Foreign Minister, as a representative of the Cypriot government. It was also attended by members of Arab and foreign diplomatic corps, representatives of international organizations, as well as a number of distinguished personalities. A number of documentary films highlighting cultural and environmental heritage of the Sultanate were shown during the event. Still to come in our news bulletin. The health center in the Wilaya of Mudaybi held an open day within the context of health and preventive awareness. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. An exhibition entitled Oman in the Eyes of the Ambassadors was opened in the Photography Society premises in the Sib at the Governorate of Muscat. It was considered a fruit of cooperation between the Foreign Ministry, Sultan Qaboos Higher Center for Culture and Sciences, and Sultanate's accredited embassies in brotherly and friendly countries. It included a number of photos on the Omani heritage and natural scenery from various governorates of the Sultanate, taken by ambassadors and members of diplomatic missions. The exhibition came to spread messages of peace, and it was considered an opportunity to get acquainted to the modern Renaissance achievements. Rejoicing the 44th Glorious National Day, the Directorate General of Education in the Governorate of Muscat held a musical evening for the love of the homeland and the Sultan. More than 300 students from various schools in the Governorate took part in the event. Various artistic and student shows were displayed, highlighting the theme of the ceremony. Her Excellency Dr. Madiha bint Ahmed bin Nasser Al-Shibaniya, Minister of Education, presided over the ceremony. Processions of jubilation continued in various governorates of the Sultanate on the occasion of the 44th Glorious National Day. In the Governorate of Dhofar, citizens from the Niyaba of Al-Halaniyat Islands ventured out in a procession during which the participants recited expressive national songs reflecting their happiness and praise for achievements realized during the reign of His Majesty the Sultan. An artistic and poetic evening was also held on the occasion. Citizens of the area of Yiti in the governorate of Muscat held a procession of allegiance and gratitude to show loyalty and gratitude to His Majesty the Sultan for what has been realized of gains and achievements all over the Sultanate. During the procession, the citizens expressed sincere greetings and best wishes to His Majesty, the beloved leader, praying to Almighty to protect His Majesty as a guardian of this country and its people. To celebrate the 44th Glorious National Day, a ceremony was held in the Technology College in Ibri under the auspices of His Excellency Sheikh Saleh bin Diab al-Rubai, Wali of Ibri. It included a number of activities, namely children's shows, traditional Omani singing arts, in addition to plays performed by the students and poetic sessions. During the celebration, the participants expressed their sincere feelings toward His Majesty the Sultan, praying to Almighty Allah to protect His Majesty and bestow upon him health and happiness. The Applied Sciences College in Nizwa held a ceremony to celebrate the 44th Glorious National Day. It included various activities, namely poetry sessions, traditional Omani singing arts, in addition to plays performed by the students. During the celebration, the participants expressed their sincere feelings toward His Majesty the Sultan, praying to Almighty Allah to protect His Majesty and bestow upon him health and happiness. Dhofar University today celebrated the graduation of 623 students, representing the 10th batch of university students under the auspices of Abdulaziz bin Muhammad Al-Rawaz, advisor to His Majesty the Sultan for Cultural Affairs, member of the Board of Trustees of the University of Dhofar. At the end of the ceremony, the chief guest handed over the certificates to the graduates from various disciplines. His Excellency Sheikh Mustahil bin Ahmed Al-Mashani, chairman of the Board of Trustees of the University of Dhofar, ministers, members of the Board of Trustees, besides other officials, sheikhs, and dignitaries of the Dhofar Governorate, attended this ceremony. Relations between the Sultanate and Switzerland in judicial aspects were at the focus of discussions of His Excellency Hussein bin Ali Al-Hilali, Attorney General with His Excellency Michael Lober, Prosecutor General of Switzerland. The two sides also discussed strengthening relations between the two countries and ways of developing them. The Attorney General presented to the guest a briefing on the public prosecution in the Sultanate and its development. On the sideline of the visit to the Sultanate, His Excellency Michael Lober, Prosecutor General of Switzerland, made a visit to Sultan's Armed Forces Museum and acquainted with its historical contents. The Municipal Council of the Governorate of Dhahira held its 9th meeting of the year today. It discussed establishment of shareholding company in the field of quarry and crushers in the government. It also tackled the proposal of constructing pedestrian bridges in the Wilaya of Ibri. Coinciding with the 44th Glorious National Day, a forum entitled My Country is a Place of Trust was held in the Wilaya of Jalan Bani Bu Hassan. It came to instill values of patriotism and acquaint the new generation with the aspects of national work. The work papers in the forum tackled various topics related to the role of the society and some social problems. It also stressed on spreading messages of awareness among the members of the society, in addition to motivating the youth talents in various fields. After days of introducing tourism and traditional heritage enjoyed by the Governorate of Dhahira and to activate tourism movement in the wilayas of the Governorate, activities of Dhahira touristic gathering was concluded in the castle of Wilaya of Ibri under the auspices of His Excellency Ali bin Hamad Al-Badi, member of Shura Council of the Wilaya of Ibri. Various artistic and traditional shows were displayed during the event. Within the context of health and preventive awareness, Health Center of the Wilaya of Mudaybi in the Governorate of North Sharqiya held open day activities with wide participation of various government institutions. It contained various health programs tackling the role of the Ministry of Health from various perspectives. The event was presided over by His Excellency Sheikh Dr. Sulaiman bin Saud Al Jabri, Sultan's accredited ambassador to Sudan. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. Celebrations of the 44th Glorious National Day continue in the Sultanate's governorates and embassies in brotherly and friendly countries. And the Municipal Council of the Governorate of Dhahira discusses establishment of shareholding company in the field of quarry and crushes. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night.